Hi everyone, just before this video begins, I just wanted to address the delay in this video. It's been a little longer than expected to get the review out for the 1 week using this wonderful Surface Duo, but I have a reason for that. I am also attending classes again, so the classes got in the way a little bit because they were a little bit more course heavy than I thought they were going to be, just at first. Now I've gotten into it again. It's all right. So hopefully it can get a little bit better timing. But anyway, and then when I went to go actually edit the video, I was like 2 minutes into about editing it, and my entire town lost power for about 3 hours. And at that point, it was like 1 in the morning, and I didn't really feel like editing. So, and then yeah, and then after that, the next day came around. I slept in quite late, and then I did my daily stuff. Gotta go to class afterward, and yeah, it's been busy. So that's why there's a little bit of a delay of this video. But anyway, without further ado, I won't keep you up any longer. Let's get into it. I know that the last couple of videos were 720p. That was a mistake on my end. That has been fixed now, so 1080p. Hi everyone, Nathan here, and welcome to the follow-up video for my Surface Duo. This is going to be all about the experiences that I've had over the last week or so of having it, using it as my daily device, and just pros and cons of having a device with 2 screens. And even if you do use it as a single screen device, as you can probably tell, it is a very wide display. But for my hands, it's sometimes kind of nice to have that wide display. Although I do have to say it is pretty wide. Anyway, this video is going to be exactly my thoughts, some issues I've had, the great parts about the device, and just everything else. So I guess we'll just get right into it. So as you might have noticed from even the original video, I did indeed put the bumper casing on. So it's all around here. This part doesn't have it because it is the USB-C, and then it would be stupid just put a little piece there. But yeah, it's all around the device, and a little hole for the fingerprint reader. So it goes all the way around, and then just kind of sticks out a little bit. It actually looks really nice. And then this part here actually gives it a little bit of grip when you're holding it. Like if you're reading it as like a book. I'll turn it off so I don't touch the screen. If I'm reading it as a book, actually, like it gives me a little bit of grip. And I'm not that I'm gripping it like that, but like with my knuckle right here, I can actually just hold on to it quite nicely with just one hand. It's a very, very nice. But I like the case a lot, actually. I didn't think I was going to use it, and then I put it on, and I was like, I'm keeping the bumper case. It's very nice. While using the Surface Duo for about a week, I have noticed, you can probably see all of the fingerprints on the device. You know, it's very easy to fingerprint this device, as you can see. But that's what's going to happen when you have a device that is literally a big slab of glass. I mean, like the entire inside of the screen here is glass, metal hinge. Outside is glass and glass. And the only plastic on it is actually the outside part, as well as the bumper casing, which is I think like a rubber. But yeah, and the only metal part really on it is the hinge itself and the hinge mechanism, like right there. But yeah, it's a big slab of glass, so it's going to get kind of fingerprinty. So if you don't like that, you find that that it annoys you, then I recommend you keep one of these around if you were to buy the device, because a quick little cleanup with this device, I'm not going to make it perfect, but a quick little cleanup, and you can see that it's actually removed quite a bit of the fingerprints. But that being said, touch it a little bit, move it around, and it instantaneously fingerprints. So it will get pretty fingerprinty, is I guess the term I'm going to use. So while using this device as well, sometimes I'd flip it around and maybe in the middle of the night I'm going to the kitchen or something like that. I'm like, oh, let's turn on the flashlight. So I'll turn on the device and I'll turn on the flashlight, but I forget that the camera is on the front side of the device, and so I turn on the flashlight and it's like instant, like there's a problem right there. Look at that. I'm hitting flash and it's not doing anything. See? There are bugs with the software. Look, flash. Nothing. Do I have to unlock? Oh, there it is. There it is. And now I can't turn it back off. Maybe I'll just unlock it and turn off the flash that way. There we go. Bugs. Perfect segue. Let's get into the bugs. So I've taken some videos over the last week of using this device, of some bugs that the device has had. And here's one right now. Here's the back side of the device. If I turn it around, this display is also on. That is not supposed to happen. You shouldn't have both sides of the device on at the same time. Like, I'm moving the home screen on the other side of the phone, and it's spanning across because this screen is on. If I were to open it up a little bit, see, one of the screens automatically goes into a... See? That screen should turn off. It'll ask you if you want to use it, double tap, and then it'll turn off. And now you can't double tap it to turn it on until you turn the device around and still don't get anything. So turning the device around to use the other display is a challenge. That is a big challenge. However, it's not a huge deal though, personally, because if you're using the device as a single display and you go to Instagram, how often are you going to just turn the device around and start using the other display and go on TikTok or something like that? Like, you're not going to do that. You're literally just going to open the device up,
tell me what,
play some TikToks apparently, and now you're scrolling through Instagram and TikTok at the same time. Like, you're not gonna ever do that, really. So there is bugs, but you're not gonna do that very often. Some other bugs I've noticed with apps is if I were to put this into a book mode and let it go into a landscape mode, both of these apps now, as you can see, I'll just open it up, are now kind of weird. And so, like, Instagram is short and terrible and... Ooh. Oh! Yeah, that's a bug right there. Look at that. That is my TikTok. That is my TikTok. Look, if I put it here, and then look at the face right there, that is my TikTok. That is bugging. See, it seems fine now. I think that was a one-time thing, but still. Bugs. They will exist while using the Surface Duo. For now, at least. It's all software problems. That's the thing. It's just software. There's nothing wrong with the actual hardware of the device. And the hinge is just perfect. Like, you would think it's not stiff enough to keep the device where it needs to be, but it is. Like, that won't move. I just shut this off again. This won't move. Look at that. It's not even moving. It's not like a laptop where you open a laptop and you can do that and the entire screen will go like a little bit. Like, it doesn't budge. It's pretty impressive. The hinge just over the last week has been really nice to use. And it's great because sometimes if I just want to use it as a single screen device, it's off. I just, boom, flip it around. Single screen device. Or single screen device. And it's such an easy process. Boom, done, closed. Boom, open. Boom, closed. Boom, laptop mode. So nice. The Hinge is just spot on. Microsoft, whatever the team did at Microsoft to make this Hinge is no short of a miracle. It's really, really impressive, and I love it. Sometimes from the home screen, if you try and drag up from the bottom to access your recent apps, instead of accessing the recent apps, it will do like this. Like, it's not perfect, although now that I'm demonstrating it, it's working very well. But yeah, that's not, like, again, bugs. So let's just talk overall experience of the software in general, how it runs, how it responds. Honestly, in the home screen, it's very nice. It doesn't lag at all. I mean, it shouldn't with 6 gigabytes of RAM in here, which isn't a lot really for a flagship device in 2020, but it's still more than, you know, my iPhone. I had like 2 gigs of RAM in it, or this fossil right here, my Windows phone. Microsoft, there it is. Anyway, my Windows phone, which had 1 gigabyte of RAM in it, from 2015. This is a 2015 device. It's trash. It was bad. One thing that I have noticed with the software, or just the phone in general, if I go to TikTok and then start watching some of my crappy videos, see, it seems fine now. It's still okay. The vegan teacher. I wasn't gonna make fun of her, but I did. See, it seems fine now, but sometimes when I scroll through TikTok specifically, so it might even be just a TikTok issue, it lags. Like, it's sometimes unwatchable with the lag. But actually it seems very good now. I don't see a problem with it. Yeah. Alright, let's talk battery. I know I just said this device is at 20%, but I haven't charged this thing since 1 p.m. yesterday. It is now 4:45 p.m. today. And I used this thing an average amount between 1 p.m. yesterday and now, 4:45 p.m. today. And it's at 20%. Of course, I didn't use it overnight. I didn't charge it overnight. It is impressive how a small battery in this device can last this long. It's you know, all the reviewers were saying, like, oh, the battery's good, like, it lasts all day. You know, it's not a device that you would use for 2 days, like, as a regular. I mean, I'm not using this, even though it's been over a day, you know, over 24 hours since I've last charged this device. It's not like I'm using it constantly. Like, this is probably the most I'm using it right now for this review. It's not a device that's going to last you 2 days. And they're right about that. But it is a device that will get you throughout the day. And if you do use it a lot, like quite a bit throughout the entire day, like constantly opening it up, especially constantly putting it in laptop mode, you know, meetings, Zoom meetings, Microsoft Teams, it might use a little bit of battery power. It'll still probably last you most of the day. If you really don't want to risk it, though, I just bought myself this 20,000 milliamp hour battery, and it comes with 3 USB-A's, 1 USB-C, and a lightning cable, and a micro USB as well. I think it was like $45 Canadian. It was actually a very good price. If I can find it, I'll leave this in the description below. And I've used it to charge up my iPhone probably like 6 times. And if I turn it on, I still have one bar of battery remaining on this device. So it's impressive. It's very nice. When I was talking about battery, keeping on the topic of batteries, at first it was like 3,557, I think it is, milliamp hour battery on their Duo. I was like, that's quite small for a dual screen device, and considering some of the Samsung, like the S20, I think it is, comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I was like, that is quite small. I was doubting that it would last all day. But my iPhone right here, I mean, look at the size comparison as well. It's fairly small, 2 gigabytes of RAM, about the same thickness as well, which is impressive. for a dual screen device. But this iPhone here has a 1002 or 1600 milliamp hour battery. I can't remember. It's somewhere between 1200 and 1600 milliamp hour battery in this device, which is quite small. And this device lasted me most of the time throughout the entire day, even though my battery health, if I go to my battery health here, my battery health is at 83%. So it's in 2 years dropped almost 20% in battery health. So, and it still lasts me pretty much all day. And I treated that battery like shit. Like, I dropped it on the charger. I left it plugged in all the time. I didn't really care at first, I should say. I care about it now. And now that it's not my daily device, it'll the battery should get a little bit of a better treatment. I'm gonna open up Adobe Sketch, and we're gonna try out the pen and see how the pen support is. So I've used this before, but I'll do it again for fun. Square, kind of hard to see. We'll pull it up. So I moved this up for you because this camera is having a hard time seeing. In Adobe Sketch, we have like these markers and stuff like that, but the pen delay is actually pretty impressive. It's not bad. I mean, I'm going pretty fast there, but let's just get rid of that. But it's really not that bad. Like, that is very nice, and it does have pressure sensitivity as far as I'm aware, although it sometimes doesn't work well. But not there. But see, it does have some pressure sensitivity. Like, if I'm not pressing at all, I'll press harder, and all of a sudden it's thicker. So it does work, but it's not as perfect as it would be on any other Surface device, like the Surface Pros or the Surface Books and stuff like that. Any of the Surface devices that come with Windows 10. So here's a bug right now. I am trying to exit this app, and it's not doing anything. It's still responsive. I can still undo things, and this still works here, and I can open up my app drawer here, but I can't. There we go. See, now it works. So if I was on a single screen mode here, and I was on Adobe Sketch, and I was on a single screen mode here, and I couldn't do that, I would have to open the device up, use the other display, and open up my app drawer, and then move it up like that. So there are bugs. Have I said that already? So with the wide display, there are some issues with some apps with it being so wide, because they're actually not they're not optimized for a very wide display of this. So if I go over to we'll do it, okay? If I go over to my Tinder, I do have Tinder installed, and then go over to, who likes me and stuff like that. As you can see, Tinder is designed for like a 2-row layout. So like, this person up here has actually gone right beside the, hey, upgrade to gold to see who's actually liked you. I don't really use Tinder, by the way. Like, I use it for, I do use it, actually. I shouldn't just say that I don't, but honestly, I'm not really like overly seriously about it. Oh, should definitely check that out. It's got myself a COVID-19 exposure notification. Nope, it's fine. Don't worry. No exposure detected. Good. I was worried for a second there. No, it was just the weekly update that it checked me like 41 times this week or something like that. But anyway, yeah, this isn't supposed to look like this. If I go and grab my iPhone, I'll just leave my iPhone with me because it'll be useful. If I go over to my iPhone and open up Tinder, and then go to my liked people who liked me list, as you can see, it is meant to be like a two-person layout, and then at the top it says upgrade to see who already liked you. That's what it's supposed to look like. But up here on this wide display, it doesn't really know what to do, and it's kind of funny. So again, I know we just saw this with Instagram and TikTok, but if I go over to TikTok and then go just to my profile, if I flip my device, it won't do anything, because by default, TikTok does not flip. It stays portrait mode. But if I open up the bottom display and then go into a landscape mode, it will move TikTok into this this landscape mode, but it's still portrait, and it's really, really weird. So that's some of the issues you will have with apps when you're using the device with two apps running at the same time in a landscape mode. Some apps don't like it, but it will force it into a landscape mode. One other thing I actually don't like about the software myself is the app drawer. If I want to close all my apps, I have to actually scroll all the way down to the bottom and then hit close all. Like the close all, it just isn't at the top where I feel like it should be. But that's not a huge problem. That's something that can always, again, be updated with software. All right, so as this device can make phone calls, I know I showed it to you in my initial unboxing video, but holding it up to your ear is... Let's turn it off so I don't touch anything. It does look a little weird. Like, it sometimes, like... It's pretty big. Like, it does look a little strange. I've never had an issue where the back screen is turned on while in a phone call, although I've only ever made, I think, one... No, I don't even know if I've made a phone call on this device before. Yes, I have. I don't make that much calls. I really don't. And really, when was the last time you made a call either? Unless you're like work and stuff like that. A personal call to like your brother, your dad, or something. I'm excluding my mom for a reason because she's the only one I call. No, I don't call her. She calls me. I'll text her and be like, hey, what are we doing for dinner tonight? Or something like that. You know, should I eat now? Blah, blah, blah. Expecting just a response like, hey, don't eat now, or eat now, eat dinner a little later, whatever, blah, 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 whatever it happens to be. Immediately, it's like, phone call. Hello, hi, Mom. Oh, yeah, we're having dinner soon? Okay, cool. It's something you could have told me over a text message? Cool. Okay. All right, so because this device is, well, as you've seen, very, very thin. My cable's over there, sorry. It is very, very thin. And that's still pretty thin even with the bumper case on it. You would think you might have some some cooling issues, when you're running some apps, like say I'm running TikTok and Adobe Sketch at the same time too. Like Adobe Sketch is gonna use up a little bit more resources because it's sketching, and TikTok is video. So let's say if I use the phone quite a bit at once, and does it get hot? Yes, it gets... No. It doesn't get hot. It gets fairly warm. But my iPhone has gotten hotter than that just from charging. This device is very efficient when it comes to keeping it cool. I don't know how they do it. I haven't watched any of the teardown videos on this thing yet. I know that iFixit put out a video on basically September 10th when the device came out, tearing the thing down and how it's very hard to repair, which is a little worrisome in case something goes wrong, but I haven't actually watched the entire thing. I don't know how it cools and keeps itself cool, but it's very, very good at keeping itself cool. It's very impressive. It's very, very impressive. So I know we've talked about a lot of the bad things about the device, but we should probably talk about some of the good things as well. So let's say I open up Discord and then span Discord all the way across, and I go to my server real quick. That's pretty cool, actually, having an entire big... my server is messing with one of my bots right now. We always mess with the Nugget bot. It's our thing. Anyway, it is quite nice being able to read quite big, and Discord having it quite big and stuff like that. It is nice. Oh, we got some news. Apparently Trudeau's announcing a vaccine or something like that. We should read that. Perfect segue into spanning the news app and turning it into book mode. Now I'm reading this article as a book. I can read it, I can hold it like this, and just... Perfect segue again. That is an issue you will have often on this device. It is annoying. Say you're in a book mode or anything, right? You're using an app and you want to swipe this page over like that. So you swipe the page, but all of a sudden you've gone back because you've used the back button. I just pull this up here. Back, back, back. So one of the good things about the device is, even though the fast charger that comes with it isn't the fastest charger in the world, I've been using this device for like this entire video, using the software constantly basically, and while charging it, and it's still gone up to 29% while using the device, while having some apps open, while having both screens on. It's in like what, 5 minutes? It's a very nice. I can't say it's very nice because it could be faster, obviously, but it's there's no problem with it. Like it still works very well. So the device doesn't have wireless charging, as we know. Really not a big deal, honestly, because even with my iPhone, I haven't been using the wireless charging. It's not something that I personally really need. Like it's convenient. My wireless charger is right over here on my desk. Charging. Didn't have to fiddle with cables. Didn't have to go find a cable. iPhone is charging. This one I had to go find the cable for it. But really, like, I'm gonna charge this thing for like what, an hour tops, and then not charge it until tomorrow at like maybe like 8 p.m. Like, it's not a huge deal to me, really. And honestly, it charges faster but through the wire anyway than, even just talking about the iPhone, charges faster through the wire anyway than it does over wireless charging. So yeah, you lose some convenience. Was it really that big of a deal? I don't see it as a big deal myself. Just talking from just a general standpoint, I love when I was at McDonald's the other day, and I pulled this thing out of my pocket, and boom, the Microsoft logo is right there. People immediately were looking at it like, what the hell is that? Like, he just pulled a Microsoft product out of his pocket. Like, people don't see that. You don't see that very often, especially not here in Canada, because you can't even get this device here in Canada. Well, unless you use Big Apple Buddy. But you can't even order this device directly from Microsoft here in Canada. So people immediately look and go like, oh my god, it's a Microsoft product, and he just pulled it out of his pocket. Like, they're like, what is that? Is that a really mini Surface laptop now? Like, what is this? I've never heard of this. And then I open it up, and they just see these two big displays with my car on it. And they're like, what? That's so cool. And I've never had anybody actually come directly up to me and be like, what is that? It's really cool and stuff like that. But I have seen people look at it like from a distance and kind of go like, that's cool. I like that. And honestly, the day I got it, I did purposely go to McDonald's and show it off because I could. Okay, so let's talk about one of the issues I had with the device. You know how when you have the device on and you're using it, you open up WhatsApp or something like that, and then you close the device. And then I open it back up and it's off. The first day after, not even, like the day that I got the device, that night, when I would close the device, it was not shutting off. And I held down the power button, reset it, turned it off, restarted it, everything. Excuse me. Whatever was going on, I don't know if it was software or hardware wise, it was not shutting the device off when you were closing it. It hasn't happened to me since, and I didn't get any footage of it, but it was frustrating because I would open it up and I would have to actually turn it off with a button, which is like pointless because I just want to close the device. Bugs. Did I mention that? Did I also say that line before? I don't know. Did I? It's buggy. Oh, did I say that as well? Oops. If you were going to buy this device now, you will come across bugs. Like, there's just no, you might come across bugs. Like, that doesn't, no, you will come across bugs. But the only bugs, other than maybe that closing part where it wouldn't shut off, it was all software wise. And even then, like, it fixed itself. I didn't do anything to it. There was no update that came to it. It fixed itself. So whenever, even if it was a little bit of a hardware problem that was not telling it to shut off and where exactly it was, the software fixed itself. All right, so we're going to open up game streaming. Controller is connected to the device. Okay, and then we're going to hit connect. So I'm going to hit connect. Xbox is off still. Xbox is off, but it's being displayed up here. It's turned on my Xbox. See? Hi, Nathan. And it's just loading here, but my Xbox is still off. That is the Xbox. That is it. I only have one Xbox, and here we are. Again, it's just taking a little bit to set it all up, and now I'm in my Xbox. I'm controlling my Xbox right here with that controller. And it's very well done as well. Mind you, my internet connection it's not bad right now, but I haven't tested this out with a slower internet connection. So, and then I could go into my Teams. We're installing an update. Cool. And while I'm playing Teams, I can now see, that's an issue I just realized. If I am touching the Teams app, my Xbox controller does not work with Xbox. I have to specifically go back and touch the Xbox window for my Xbox to work. But anyway, I can go and play NHL, and then I can go into my general. Just go to files because there are some messages there. And now I'm playing NHL. Now I'm playing NHL on my device from my Xbox that is not even technically running. I'm playing NHL 18 on the top display with a controller on the go, even though I'm sitting right here on my desk and I could just grab my other controller and actually control my control my Xbox. There we go. I'm at the Nathan630pm Center. And I can have my Zoom, Microsoft Teams meeting, or Zoom meeting. I keep saying Zoom because everybody just says Zoom. But anyway, I got my meeting at the bottom, and now I'm controlling my Microsoft Teams with my Xbox controller. That is a problem. Don't leave the app. Touch that again. And now I'm actually playing NHL. You ready? Let's actually see if I can score. I don't remember how to play this game anyway.
Schwartz is waving his glove around like he's landing an airplane. It wasn't that hard of a save.
Sorry, I'm listening to the commentator. I've talked way too much in this video, and I have an hour of footage to cut down into like a 20-minute video, so this will be fun. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I've gone over my concerns and my bugs. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully that it was kind of informative to you to see a review of the Surface Duo from someone who's not a proper reviewer. Just a regular person. I'm a regular person here. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if you're thinking about getting a Surface Duo and have questions, feel free to message me anywhere. Twitter preferably, because actually I've actually had 2 people message me on Twitter. 3 people, excuse me, messaged me on Twitter about the Surface Duo and like what my thoughts were, how the process was, the buying process, shipping out of America and stuff. So please feel free to message me on Twitter. I'm just at Nathan630pm. The link is in the description below. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.